You gotta hand it over to the ANC when it comes to diversity of factionalism. I mean, they took factionalism to another level. The latest one is territories that you'd never think would occur. You know, there's an Umkhonto weSizwe, better known as MK, the armed wing of the African National Congress, which one of the founders was Nelson Mandela, to be involved in an armed struggle against the Republic of South Africa. So comes 1994, after the elections, the MK get disbanded. Remember APLA, the other armed wing of other political parties in South Africa, the likes of your ZAPO, the PAC, and so forth, they got incorporated into the SANDF, the South African National Defense Force. Now, you can imagine when that effected, you would think that the MK will then have their own organization which would look after the veterans, the former veterans who were involved in armed struggle, who were in exiles, and so forth, united as one organization. But then what do you have? We've got the MKNC, which is the MK National Council, and then there's the MKMVA, which is the MK Military Veteran Association. So you have two organizations, where else it was supposed to be one organization. And these two MK organizations are also a faction. You know, they're split between the lines of being a faction for the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, and then you have the other faction that represent Jacob Zuma / Ace Magashule faction. What happened? After Julius Malema beating up all this, the ANC politicians as usual in terms of tactics, went to Nkandla for a cup of tea, where it was said that he wanted to convince President Jacob Zuma to be able to present himself at the Zondo Commission. Okay, that didn't work out. And then what happened? You saw the MKMVA also 2 days ago, if it's not a few days ago, they went to Nkandla to visit Jacob Zuma. There, after the meeting, they came out, told us all about the support that they're having for Jacob Zuma. They spoke to him. They understand him, why he doesn't want to go to the Zondo Commission, why it's not going to oblige to the Constitutional Court decision that he should present himself there. And on top of that, the MKMVA said that we are behind Jacob Zuma, and we're not going to allow anybody to arrest our president. We're going to defend himself. We're going to defend him. And also Edward Zuma, Jacob Zuma's son, also spoke about the fact that if the police come through trying to arrest Jacob Zuma, they're just basically going to be a wall of bodies that are going to prevent the law enforcement in arresting Jacob Zuma, right? On the other side, you have the MKNC, MK National Council. They were also out in the media saying that effectively Jacob Zuma should oblige and obey the laws of the land and go present himself and answer the questions there by the Zondo Commission. Remember, some of the prominent members in the MKNC, the National Council, is that the former Army General of the Republic of South Africa, Siphiwe Nyanda. Remember the time when there were a whole host of movement and NGOs that wanted Jacob Zuma to step down. The MKNC was also in the forefront. doing media interviews saying that Jacob Zuma should do the honorable thing and resign. Whereas on the other hand, the MKMVA also was out there supporting Jacob Zuma and basically on his side of him not resigning. So here we are, and the factions are so unbelievable. One might not necessarily talk about his opinion regarding the Constitutional Court stating that Jacob Zuma should go to the Zondo Commission, and as an individual he doesn't have the right to remain silent. So that's another issue. Okay, so now while we're on that issue, I just thought that the National Executive Committee, when they were meeting with President Cyril Ramaphosa, remember they issued out a letter yesterday thanking President Jacob Zuma and President Thabo Mbeki. Okay, they're both former presidents, so don't mind me calling them president. It's normally a predecessor, or what normally people would say. They would still address someone as the president. Okay, so the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, thanked former President Thabo Mbeki and former President Jacob Zuma for coming to the ANC, right? And remember, they had 4 priorities, which they talked about an issue of eradicating COVID-19, and also to bring in back the jobs, and to develop the economy, and to escape my mind. There is no way in the letter where they spoke about the issue of Jacob Zuma refusing to go to the commission. Fast forward today, now it's said that the ANC had just given the go-ahead and the support the top 6 initiative of meeting Jacob Zuma. I mean, you just wonder, you have the whole NEC, a whole lot of people in there. You obviously, the members of the top 6 also being there. One might just think that, I mean, you could pull the president aside and speak to him, get a feel of what this whole situation is all about, or a person who really could sit him down after the meetings. I don't know how the arrangements are as to whether when the NEC meeting is done, everybody gets into their own car and just drive away without having a little bit chat by the side. So here we are now. It's an issue of Cyril Ramaphosa and the whole top 6 now going to meet Jacob Zuma regarding this issue of him not presenting himself in court. So we'll see. Also, we'll be looking at the verdict in terms of whether Jacob Zuma will be sentenced. My understanding is person is would be sentenced to 6 months or pay a fine of 1,000 rand if they in contempt of court. So somebody might just send me your comments if it's otherwise as to what I'm saying. So we'll see. Quickly, another cherry on top of this variety of ANC faction. There's one that's brewing between the Minister of Safety and Security, or the Minister of the Police, basically. Apologies, the government always changes the name of departments, group them, and it's just a mess. Begicele now versus the Commissioner of the Police, Ketla Sitole. Remember, it was said that Begicele wrote a letter to the Commissioner and told him he must halt the investigation of some of the leaders in the crime, leaders in the crime intelligence department there, because of their alleged abuse of the Secret Service fund in purchasing the PPEs, or that made a couple of millions. And it was also said that for some reason, a week after the president had spoken about the tenders for the PPE, all of a sudden the crime intelligence secured a tender using the Secret Service fund, essentially abusing them. And the court had declared that Mr. Cele has no right to interfere in the day-to-day work of the policing department. His jurisdiction is just to be able to make sure that he abide by, or he oversight the national police policy coordination. So we'll see how this one ends. My name is Mamuji, and thanks for watching the Mamuji Show, and I'm out.